Well, hey, good morning, everybody. It's Dave coming to you from the backyard of Colorado. What am I doing? Wyoming. It's probably about 10 o'clock Thursday morning. If you watch Potter Piper's video, you know he's been here for the last 9-10 days. He got here last Monday and he just left this morning. He drove away around 7 a.m. So Sasha's mourning the loss of both her friend Potter Piper and her playmate Jilly. So I decided I'd put a compilation video together for you guys. Do my typical Wyoming smorgasbord or hodgepodge. Had a really good, had a great visit with Potter Piper. You know, he's become a really close friend over the last couple of years. And anyway, just have a bunch of pieces I kind of want to show you and get this thing up and loaded and get you guys caught up with what's going on around here. So I'm smoking my Wyoming meerschaum. You can see it's colored up nicely. I've been smoking it. I've been here 6 weeks and 2 days, and I pretty much smoke this thing every day now. So this is what, 6 times 47, about 45 days worth of smoking it every day, and got some Prince Albert in it. It's become a kind of a favorite daily morning blend for me. So beautiful out here. So Potter Piper and I would sit out here and just have morning pipes together, looking out at the view. It was a great time. I mean, he taught me a little bit of chill and joy, and so pretty much every morning and several evenings we would sit here and look at what you're looking at behind me. And I'd never done that in 4 years of owning the property. Just sit here and just look. There's always a million things to do out there, and we'll cover that towards the end of this video. But it was nice. So for the last 7-8 days, I've pretty much had to sit here and enjoy the property. It was a great experience. So the first thing I want to show you is a short video of a tree machine I actually saw in downtown Jackson the other day. And boy, could I have used that thing over the last couple of years. So here's a little quick video of what I saw. So the next thing I want to show you is something I don't see very often. So I actually got stopped on the way home the other day on the highway, and they moved. So the ranch is called Triangle X Ranch. It's one of the bigger ranches out here, and it's a guest ranch or a dude ranch, whatever you want to call it. But they move their herd occasionally from the east side, their east pastures, to their west pastures, which means they actually have to cross the highway. And I got stopped, and actually was the first car stopped, so I had a great advantage. I've never seen the whole herd moved at once before, so it's just kind of a nice video. I just wanted to show you, you know, another unique Wyoming event. So here's the herd being moved. Here's another kind of jam. They close the road so they can move the horses to their evening pastures. Pretty cool. You don't see this every day. Sasha has no idea what she's looking at. Yep, this is all one single big herd. This is Triangle X Ranch. If you have any questions about how big a ranch it is, So everyone here is talking in town, all the locals talking about it's a low wildlife year this year. And I'm during my winter trip, that January to March, and then I've been here 6 weeks now, and there just has not been a lot of moose sightings, not a lot of elk sightings, and not a lot of bear sightings. But I got fortunate and caught a moose cow, a moose mom, and her baby. And so I just show you a quick video of it walking across my left side, and then show you the resulting what we call moose jam on the highway from that event. So here's my one moose sighting for you guys so far this trip. All right, this is a pretty typical moose jam. So there's a moose. She's got a calf with her, but it's hard to see. There it is. This is what happens on the roads when you see a moose in Wyoming. People just stop on the highway, literally just stop. So something I have been fortunate enough to see almost every day are the bison. There's a Antler Flats Ranch. I call it Bison Flats, but there are lots of times they're out in these. There's same with Triangle X. There's an east pasture and a west pasture or field that the buffalo like to be in, and they move back and forth. So you can sometimes see them a quarter mile off the road. Sometimes you see them standing on the road. So anyway, on my way into town the other day, I caught another close encounter with the bison, so I wanted to show it to you. So here's another. I've shown you bison before, but it's kind of cool. They're fun. A lot of you guys comment that the bison are your favorite part of these videos. So here's a quick bison video. All right, it's buffalo time again. We got a buffalo jam here. We got these guys on the road. Baby, red dog. Oh, this guy wants to come across. So as you saw in Potter Piper's video, he was here, and that means his beloved sidekick Jilly was here. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of video with Sasha and Jilly, and some pictures of Jilly, and a little bit of Brian here. Jilly and Sasha now have met at least 4, maybe 5 times, so they actually know each other. They get along well. She annoys him like a little sister, and then sometimes he demands she plays with him. So it's a pretty cute relationship to watch them. But here's a little bit of video and some pics of Sasha, Jilly, and even throw Potter Piper in here. So Potter Piper and I had a nice string of great dinners, very much like what I did with Sean the week he was here. So I've shown you this restaurant before, but it is so cool. The package, the whole experience is so cool. I had to show it to you again. So the restaurant is called Aurora. It sits on top of one of the ski areas here in town called Snow King. So anyway, this is the gondola. You ride the ski gondola up. You have this dinner inside of this beautiful glass box, and then you have this beautiful gondola ride down at sunset. So good. I just had to show it to you again. So here is our experience having dinner at Aurora. All right, riding up the gondola. Go to Aurora for dinner at the top of Snow King. Tetons out there. All right, we're about half halfway up the ride now to get to dinner. Town of Jackson right there. Pretty cool sight. And we are coming up on the top of the run now, so T-Tom's over there looking at us. Alright, now we're heading down from dinner, and look at that sunset. Perfect timing. Perfect time, man. Look at that sunset. Hey, you guys, we can see the truck from here. So the next step is a little update about what's going on here. I showed you several episodes of the burn pile. The burn pile is now completely burned. That thing was 8 feet tall by 150 feet wide. It took 7 burns to get it done, but it is done. So I don't think I'll have to burn again until fall. I got to pick up all these piles I'm leaving, and I talk a little bit about that in the video a little bit further on. But here is the completion of my burn. All right, guys, it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock Thursday morning, and this is what success looks like in my life. The burn pile is completely burned. All right, it took me, today's the 7th burn day, 7 burns to get that pile done. Now we can move on to the next phase, start cleaning up the property. We'll refill this, but it's nice to move on to the next phase of the project. So in previous years, I talked about taking a break from this monster backbreaking project and doing little projects. So I showed you my rattle can paint job of the fuel tank out there by the guest house, and I did another one, so I just want to show it to you. So we've got a propane backup generator that can run the whole house when we're having out of power situations up here. And with Doug, you know, doing the log preservations, this bright white generator just stood out and looked horrible. So I decided to take a break from the back-breaking work and did a second rattle can paint job. So just what I show you here is kind of the before and the after, what the generator looks like up against the house. All right, here's another little project. Just get this white generator painted to match the house, just like I did the gas fuel tank. So that's gonna be a little project this morning. And an hour later, looks a lot better. Nice little side project that I've done. So we have 2 male mule deer living on the property. I showed them to you before over here on the stone bridge, but Potter Piper and I were enjoying a pipe on the front porch the other day because the sun was pretty intense out here and we could sit in the shade. So we were sitting out front, and the 2 male mule deer walked right up onto us. The wind was blowing towards us, so they couldn't smell us. We were being pretty quiet and pretty still, so they didn't hear us or see us. Sasha eventually saw them, and kind of without barking, she just silently ran them off the property. She has gotten really good at, you know, being a property watchdog. She'll run anything off the property, and once it leaves, she doesn't chase after it now. She just comes back and says her job is done. So here's a little quick video of the 2 male mule deer that walked up on us the other night. Sasha's run off the other one, but here's his pal wondering what happened. These are mule deer. Well, we got 2 bucks. The 2 bucks are back on the property. Obviously, Sasha has not seen them. Sasha's going after it, and that one didn't move at all. So I got a picture that made me laugh, so I want to share it with you guys. So last Sunday I was driving to golf, and I was driving right by the lounge, and Mark, my buddy, said, "Hey, would you stop by the lounge and pick up some sticks for me?" So early Sunday morning, I just pulled in because some of us have the key code to enter the lounge even when it's closed. So I just kind of pulled the truck up, not even to park it, just pulled it up in front of the store, went in and got Mark sticks, and I was probably there 30 seconds. But the video or the picture of the truck in front of the lounge looks pretty good. It's pretty funny. The truck looks as big as the lounge. So here's that pic. So today's Thursday. I went golfing again on Tuesday, and I'm playing again today. So that'll be 5 days of golf, a day of ATVing, and a day of the museum with Brian's, with Potter Piper. So that's like 7 fun days. So I really am trying to focus on that goal of being a good friend and being physically present and saying yes when asked. So anyway, so on Tuesday I played what we call the Jackson Hole Golf and Tennis Club. And it's the closest golf course to the house here. It only takes about 30-35 minutes to get to. Anyway, it's got the greatest view of the Tetons. So I just did a quick video of what does it look like when you're playing at the Golf and Tennis Club. Anyway, one of my buddies, Gary, has found out a way to get a corporate membership, and there's 5 of us who are joining. So it greatly reduces the cost, both to join and the annual cost. So it made it to the point where it made sense. So I'm actually joining the Golf and Tennis Club, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say, but the cost that we were able to get to really makes sense. But here's a little video of what it looks like when you're playing, when you're at the Golf and Tennis Club. It's right up against the Tetons. It's beautiful. All right, guys, we are at Jackson Golf and Tennis today. It is Tuesday morning. Look at this view. Holy smokes. There's the Grand Teton right there. What a great Saturday morning. My buddy Murph, he's the member. One of my best friends, Mark.
Howdy.
And a guy who shouldn't be mentioned in this video, Pete, will be here later. All right, so this is our 4th for the day. This is Pete. So we got Mark, Pete, Murph, and myself.
Oh.
We got the right one on video. So I want to do a quick kind of property management update on you. So I've been showing you up until now this big view, that tree curtain that went all the way across. I got all that down, but I've also now, since I did that project, I've gotten what I call these close-in obstructions done. So from the very edge of the pond right there with that rock all the way out now, it's pretty cleaned up, and spent the last few days cleaning up from that group of trees pretty much right there all the way along the pond is now cleaned up. Everything's down, and that side of the pond is nice and clean. Then I got these trees all limbed up so you can kind of see through them now. So we're getting it. So the next thing I do is clear that willow tree. I got to trim up those trees, and then this group right there, that whole group's got to come down. So once I do that, we'll pretty much have an unobstructed view all the way up. And then the goal is to get so that we can see the creek. You can't see the actual creek, but right there you can see the creek. If there's animals walking down, what I'd like to do is get from the guest house all the way along this radius cleaned up so I could see more animals walking down the creek bed. But anyway, it's starting to look really good. I'm leaving everything in neat piles, and the next phase will be to drive the truck around the property picking up piles. That's probably a few weeks out because I got some more trimming and cutting I want to do before I get into that phase. Anyway, it's looking really good. I'm really happy with how this view is looking. The property is getting pretty well managed. It'll take me months to get the whole property managed appropriately, but 2-3 hours a day, every day, we're making great progress. So you guys have done it again. You made it to the end of yet another Wyoming compilation. Kind of come to the end of the stuff I want to show you to get you caught up over the last couple of weeks. Life is truly good up here. Lots of good friends. Potter Piper for 2 weeks or 10 days. My kids and their friends are coming in pretty soon. My wife's flying in for a week. Ranger's going to be here probably from early August to probably the third week of September, because my kids and their friends are going to be here for several weeks, and then they're going to Japan for 2 weeks. So anyway, it's going to get kind of busy here for visitors, and then get Ranger back. I'm really excited to get the wife will get to see the house after all the improvements have been going forward. So anyway, got a great, probably 6 weeks in front of me of lots of visitors and extra dogs, and it's gonna be great. But life is good. Gosh, with that, guys, we'll call it the end of the video. I'll just take this opportunity to ask that may God bless your lives and the lives of those around you. May He turn His ear to hear your prayer, and may He make His face shine upon you and those that you care for. And guys, that's it. Hope you had a great week. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Hope you got a good Friday, a great weekend planned in front of you. And that is it. And we will talk to you later. Bye, everybody.